The world had already seen a great flood, one which reset civilization back thousands, perhaps even millions of years, in 4000 BC, where only several thousand people survived worldwide. Now in 3090 BC, a new flood threatened to wipe out the new world rebuilt from the old's ashes, and like the last, its creator was Satan, Lord of Darkness, and the leader of demons and other foul creatures, who seek the destruction of all things created by the gods. One man unknowing of this looming threat as of yet was Noah, son of Lamech, a humble farmer Sumeria in what is today Iraq. A direct descendant of Adam and Eve, king and queen of the city of Eden, a bastion of civilization in the wasteland of the post-flood world created by the Sumerian gods, who failed to live up to their purpose of leading humanity into a golden age. Noah wanted no part of his ancestors' greatness. He simply wanted to live a normal life with his family. 60 years of age in 3090 BC, Noah and his wife, Naamah, a descendant of Cain, and his wife, Luluwa Lilith, and thus of the archangel Samael, Cain's biological father, and of elven blood through Luluwa's elven father, had 4 sons: Bith, born 3130 BC, Shem, born in 3129 BC, Ham, born 3128 BC, Japheth, born 3125 BC. They lived on a small farm close to where the great city of Babylon would one day stand, living out their days tending crops, herding sheep, and spending time among themselves. By 3090 BC, all 4 of Noah's sons were married, but only the eldest Bith had any children. Bith and his wife, Birin, had a daughter, Seser, who was 20 years of age. Early in the year, while Noah worked in his fields, a stranger came to his home dressed in the finest white clothing. An odd occurrence, given the terrain and how dirty pure white would get. But Noah welcomed the man inside nonetheless, having Naamah prepare a meal for him. Once the meal was finished and the 2 men reclined, Noah asked his guest why he was traveling all by himself, to which the man said he came to see Noah personally, a surprising revelation. Noah asked if they knew each other, but the man shook his head, and finally, when the elderly farmer gave up trying to figure out just who the stranger could be, he revealed himself. He was the archangel Uriel, sent to the family by Enki, a god of magic and the earth, father of Adam and forefather to Noah. Uriel explained the great flood coming, of why it was, and what role Noah must play next. One can only imagine the farmer's confusion and disbelief. Why him? To this, Uriel said he was a righteous and good man, while so many others were driven by selfish desires. The gods knew he, Noah, would do all he could to help others survive the coming destruction, while other men might solely look to their own interests in such a time. Uriel told him he must build a large ship, one big enough to house many animals and people. When asked exactly how he was expected to do this, Uriel reassured him a way would be given. With this, the archangel departed, vanishing before their eyes to prove definitively he came from the other world. Noah and Naamah both believed immediately, having seen Uriel themselves, and Shem, Ham, and Japheth were easy to convince, all knowing their father was never fond of telling lies. But Bith and Birin found the whole situation laughable. The eldest son of Noah refused to believe his father received a visit from an angel or was chosen to save people. Instead, he pulled away from his family while they prepared for the flood. Despite this falling out with his eldest son, Noah pushed on, sending Shem, Ham, and Japheth out to seek others to join them while he waited for instructions on how to build the ship, which finally came via the angel Raziel, known as the Keeper of Secrets and Angel of Mysteries in Jewish mysticism today. The angel handed Noah a scroll, known by the name Sefer Raziel, Book of Raziel, which when the farmer read it, immediately infused the shipbuilding instructions into his mind. Equipped with this newfound knowledge, Noah spent the next month using magic and other tools to craft the vessel, animals of every kind being led to him by Uriel and Raziel. Shem, Ham, and Japheth were successful in bringing about 20 people, including 5 children, to their farm, but most rejected their warnings, calling them madmen. By the second month, all was ready, Noah and his family boarding the ship known as the Ark, and not long after the earth started to rumble. Great rents were made, soil shattering and ripping apart, causing earthquakes and mudslides. Entire cities collapsed, and thousands were lost. Then the floodwaters came, both surging in from the seas, skies, and bursting up through the earth along with lava, consuming all in its path. Bith and his family, once they realized what was happening, tried gaining entry on the ark, but Noah refused, saying it was too late. Abandoned to their fate, the family and others following them ran up a nearby mountain where they pleaded with an unnamed deity to help. He did, and constructed a boat for them with his spells, allowing them to board it and find safety amidst the chaos unfolding around them. This boat, sent adrift on the wild seas, eventually entered Europe, landing on the shores of what is today Ireland, where the small company disembarked. Bith and his wife soon died, leaving Cessair to lead the people, and with help from a friend, Fintan. She led the Sumerians in building a new life for themselves on Irish soil, intermixing with the few remaining souls of the native population. While Bith's family floated across the sea to a new continent, Noah and those within the ark withstood 40 days of violent waves and winds until finally peace was restored to the earth, and they were able to disembark, the ark resting on Mount Ararat in modern Turkey. The world they re-entered was nothing like they knew. Its beautiful, magnificent cities were gone, replaced by rubble and debris. Whole villages, only a year ago lively, didn't exist anymore. Washed away in the floodwaters along with their people. A stark contrast, but one they dealt with as best they could. Noah and Nama, despite their age, had 2 further children following the flood. Scapha, born in 3089 BC, and Buniter, born in 3088 BC, respectively. Scapha was to be the progenitor of the House of Wessex, sailing to Europe in his early manhood, settling in modern-day Denmark and becoming its king after overthrowing the tyrannical Lothair, his descendants, later spreading throughout Norway and Sweden into Germany. Buniter, a forefather of the Arab people, became skilled in the art of astronomy and magic, helping to build Babylon. Noah and Nama settled down in what is today Turkey and restarted their career as farmers, living out the remainder of their lives in peace. Noah died at the age of 99 in 3051 BC, Nama following within a year. The flood upended not only world itself, but also the sons of Noah. Uprooted and cast adrift in a new world unlike anything they knew, Noah's children decided to strike out on their own. Shem set off back to Sumeria, while Ham remained close to his parents and started his own farm. Japheth, like his elder brother, decided to leave modern Turkey, but instead of traveling back with Shem into their homeland, he and his wife made their way into Asia. Why they chose to do this isn't clear, but they moved on to the Central Asian steppes, and soon Japheth, through unknown means, formed his own small tribe of survivors. By his wife, Japheth fathered 7 sons: Gomer, born 3087 BC; Magor, born 3086 BC; Tiras, born 3084 BC; Javan, born 3082 BC; Meshach, born 3080 BC; Tubal, born 3079 BC; Madai, born 3077 BC. Of these sons, Meshach was the only one to return to the Middle East, and later, along with an army, invaded Europe, conquering what is today Britain, establishing a kingdom for himself. The others, save for Magor and Madai, migrated to Europe directly. Gomer became one of the ancestors to Celtic and Germanic people. Tiras of the Thracians and later Bulgarians. Javan married a descendant of Helen, son of Deucalion and Pyrrha, becoming a forefather of the Greeks, and Tubal became an ancestor of the Basque people. Japheth and his family eventually moved into Iran, where Madai took a wife from among the tribesmen there. In 3068 BC, Japheth died, and Magor took up the chieftainship of his people.